Yeah, welcome to my show, everybody!
Hey, I thought it was my show.
No, it's my show!
No, it was my show.
My show!
すいません。これ私のショーなんですけど。Hey, who that guy?
I don't know. Cat! Oh my God! Is everybody here? Is they gone crazy? Is it just easy on one land? Oh my God! What is this, a puppet show?
No, this is Melbourne 22.
Huh?
Bap, bap.
Nothing's ever what we expect, but they keep asking where we're going next.
Hello and welcome to Melbourne 22. It's okay, we haven't been taken over by puppets yet, and I'm still your host, Lisa Williams. This week we take a look at a Melbourne World Heritage listed building and discover more about one of Melbourne's famous shopping districts. We also talk to the maker of these friendly puppets, but first let's catch up with another storyteller passionate about communicating through the use of iron and steel. It's metal sculptor Anderson Hunt. Anderson Hunt, welcome to the Melbourne 22 studio.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me down here.
What got you into working with metal, of all things?
Look, as a sculpture material, I was probably originally drawn to clay and ceramics because it sort of has an immediacy about it. I have my background is a sort of rural one of growing up on farms and orchards and being involved in sort of farming practices, so the whole place was, littered with old machines and bits and pieces. But the metal itself has got some incredibly amazing qualities. It can be in a liquid form, a solid. I can make works out of paper that can translate into steel. It's sort of, it's a beautiful material. It's not often a hard material, although a lot of people see it as a sort of hard, impervious structure.
I actually have got to admit that I do, and when I see people make works of art out of metal, I think, oh, that malleable form must take a lot of work. It's physically challenging at times, but when you start creating, you get into a sort of a zone. It's a bit like an adrenaline sort of driven thing. You're trying to get to a finished sort of product, but the ways of getting there, they can be quite taxing physically, but as long as you sort of wear the right sort of safety gear. Metal is quite forgiving, although it's one of those ones that, if you're casting works in bronze or stainless steel, it's obviously going to be there for thousands of years, and I'm talking 3,000 or 4,000 years. So whatever we make today will really be around for the long haul. So what's your design process like?
It sort of varies. The majority of my work is public art and commissions. I've done a lot of tendered projects for council. I'm sort of talking 20 years of history of being a local Collingwood artist, applying for a tender through an advertisement, whether modern day now is Arts Hub, where there's always a lot of projects online. Every project has a different sort of format. The site is particularly important because each work responds to the site, and I tend to create something about a place rather than, I don't have a whole production line of pieces that I sell in a sort of shop scenario. Sculpture is born and it's created, so each one is sort of unique. The current work, I'm not sure, some of the footage you might have seen is of a series of works based in and around the red gum sort of forests of the Barmah and the Murray River, and it's got to do with habitat and environment, and so there's a lot of ways of drawing that into a material.
Do you spend a lot of time soaking in the location to get a feel for it?
I guess, look, with every project you need to be immersed in the place to get a feel for it. I'm currently working for the city of Wangaratta on an Indigenous walking trail, and their creation stories that have been around for thousands of years, and well, the council's done a great job on sort of putting this project up, because each of the works will basically talk about the creation story of the platypus and the red kangaroo, like stories that we probably should have read as kids instead of Goldilocks and the Three Bears or Peter Rabbit.
Isn't that amazing though, that you can communicate stories through your works of art?
Look, that's one of the, the secrets of being able to make sculpture is you don't want to tell the whole story. I think there's something about a sculpture that intrigues people. That, I'm just driving past and going, what the is that, is the first way of getting someone engaged. I mean, a lot of people talk about the works on the Eastlink Freeway. There's a hotel there, which is Callum Morton piece, which is sort of small. It's shrunken, you can't drive in there, you can't stay there, you can't park. It seems to do people's heads in.
Right.
But it's a great piece of contemporary art, because it makes you think about all those things in life. And
thought-provoking.
yeah, it's not just to hang on your walls. And it's not to love or hate, really, it's to engage.
Well, thank you so much for coming in to talk to us today. It's really interesting, and look forward to seeing a bit more of your work around town.
No worries, thanks very much.
We'll be back after this.